First day of trading. First video ever. I'm going to go briefly explain the strategy and how the master pattern works. You can find more details on the Trade ATS, the developers of this strategy, on their channel. The link will be in the description. Basically, what we are trying to do is find contraction points, contraction of price after a significant run. So this would be a run and then a contraction point. This is a run and then a contraction point. This is a run and a contraction point. And we can go all the way. So there's a run, a contraction point. Here's a run and a contraction point. Here's one. A run and a contraction point. Maybe this one would be better. I have no idea. Trade ATS uses software that marks this automatically, but it can be done manually, and from my understanding this is how it's done. After every contraction there is an expansion leg and then a trend. Sometimes there can be multiple expansion legs. Let me try and find some. Here we go. So we have a run and a contraction, and then 1, 2, 3, and then trend. Let's try and find another one. I'm just skimming through very quickly, trying to find. Oh, here we go. You have a run, and then it contracts, and then you have one expansion leg, second, third, and then it goes. And it just keeps repeating. Look at this one. Trend, well, a run, it contracts, and then goes up, down, and then a run. So we are relying on these. The second thing is projections. So every box here has a certain height, and as soon as the price leaves this box, it's like 19 pips. As soon as it leaves, it will usually make the same amount. So as it leaves, it's making 22. That's a little bit more than 19, right? And as soon as it tops out, you can put a little line here. This is your first leg. And now the projection, the order block is now 42, 43 pips. If the price breaks down below this 7353, should go 43 pips. This is where the projection is now. I've set up an alarm should the price go here, so that I can actually react and add to the trade, so that I push my average price down. But it didn't. It respected the central line, so it respected the fair value here with a little bit more volume than the previous candle this week here, and then aggressively pushed up and was rejected, and now it's rallying again. We have another contraction zone here. We have, this is something like 16 pips, and then when it broke it made 18 pips, which is pretty close. And then the order block, you go from the lowest price, ignore this wicks, sometimes it just does crazy stuff. From the lowest to the top is 35, and then when it broke it went 32, which is pretty close to 35, and then it went up a little bit and then finished the actual trend here. Now I'm not gonna do anything with this trade because it's going in my way. I don't want to buy this close, because we never add to a losing position, even though it's small. I would be adding another 0.1 pips, another 0.1 lots to the position if it goes down. This is why I have this alarm here. But currently it's going good, so I don't want to touch this. But yes, we try to mark these contraction points and central line so that we get sort of a framework. See how it's going down, and let's see what happens when the price reaches this point. Will it go through, like aggressively through? This is a good indication that it might continue up, but it might actually reverse, because on the 4-hour chart we have one contraction here, expansion leg, and then trend all the way down, but we also have a little bit of a contraction here. So see how it's struggling? So we have to keep that in mind. We are trying to do multi-time frame analysis from the daily to the 4-hour and then 30 minutes. I like this. Sometimes, you know, people do like, I don't know, 4 hours and then 1 hour and then 5 minutes. And every time frame will have the same patterns, because price is fractal. But I like 30 minutes, 4-hour, and a daily. Oh, this is actually pushing quite aggressively. Let's see what it does. I have to keep my videos short because I haven't verified my account yet, so 15 minutes is the longest we can do. So it seems to be hitting this. Yeah, pushing aggressively through. This is very, very interesting. I want to talk briefly about the pairs that I use. I like to use cheap pairs. What does that mean? I don't mean cheap as in the price of the share. I mean in commissions and swaps. So US 500 commission is 0 and the swaps are really, really small. Like, so if I have one lot, the pip value is 0.85 euro, so the swap overnight would be 1 pip, so that's just 85 cents. I opened this trade last week for 0.2 and the pip value is 17 cents. 3-day swaps were on Friday, so that meant like 3 pips, and I think I opened it on Thursday. So then we have the swaps like 76 cents. Doesn't really do that much. For example, US 30, if you want to hold the short position overnight, it's 10 pips negative. The long is actually positive here. Also similar to gold. Gold is also very cheap. Commission is, look at it, this is ridiculous. This is nothing, right? It's like 2 cents to open a trade. And then the swaps are quite small. See, the spread is 0.6 and the swap is 0.3. So half a spread. That's basically nothing. It's fine. You can keep it longer. But some pairs are crazy expensive. For example, Bitcoin. The commission is crazy. Just to buy 1 Bitcoin is 21 euro just to open the trade, and then 30%. I don't really know what that means. It's swaps denominated in percentage are calculated daily as an amount in quote currency using this formula. Swap percentage divided by 100 divided by 365 and then times volume. Yeah, that's expensive. I don't do crypto. I don't care. I just wanted to show the prices. So I trade cheap pairs, cheap instruments. Okay, it's doing something around this. I don't want to spend too much time. We'll come back in a couple of hours, probably at 3:30, and see what it does when the US market opens, and if it goes in my direction. I wanna push the stop loss and protect my capital as soon as possible. So I'll see you there.